Hello. I wanted to do something for the people on the page that are Explore users, and I thought I'd just kind of show you what's called a process video. I just found out about this while I was in Utah, where it basically shows my thinking process when making a new cart. And a process video just kind of takes you through the steps of somebody actually creating in front of you. And so I've shown this to my team once in a while and some of my customers. And basically, this is how I go about making a card. I do it two ways. One way is I would go to Pinterest or find an idea for a card and then start playing with it here by kind of replicating it. But today I'm just going to start a card from the very beginning. And the way I always start is with the shapes, because usually I know that I'm going to make a card that's the standard size, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And so if you're new to your Cricut Explorer, hopefully this will help you. If you're an old hat, maybe you can see a new way to kind of do some creating. So I create a square first, because they don't have a rectangle on there, and then unlock up here so that I can make the width and height the way that I want. So let's go with 5.5 and 4.25, which is the standard size of card. I almost always go over here and make it white, just because a lot of my backgrounds are white. So that would just be kind of my card base. Of course, when I'm making the actual card, I'm going to use a real card base and just fold that to fit with whatever this front here is. And then I decide to go and do some exploring for some images. So you click on images. And I only, most of the time I'm just working with my cartridges that come from close to my heart. Because honestly, I don't have a lot of cartridges from other companies. I only have the ones that came with my machine. And then what came with the Design Space here. So I go to cartridges and then I filter by going to the ones that I purchased. And that will bring me up the ones that I get for free with the Explorer, and then also the ones that I get with, it didn't click. There we go. The ones that I get from Cricut, from Close to My Heart. So here is the You Are Here. That's the latest one that we have. And it's got so many cute images on it, so it's going to be pretty hard to think of one right away here. Well, let's look. Ooh, I like those fish. So what if I click on that and insert those images over here on this? And I'm thinking that if I'm going to do some fish, I probably need to now turn this background into some blue. So I'm going to click on the background there and find a pretty blue. And maybe I want it a little bit darker. There we go. And then because whenever I see that sea glass blue, which was our color of the year last year, I always am thinking colors like coral and emerald. And our coral is called sorbet, or we also have a smoothie. So I'm probably going to change this fish to more of a coral color here. There we go. And let me see if I do I could do the stripes of the fish, or basically that's the background in like a dark emerald. Maybe down like that. So that might be something that I do. And then, or I can make that white, or I can make two. So I'm going to just move that a little bit smaller. Now duplicate it over here. It's the duplicate button. And now maybe I'll make it, this one, a white. Either a background. Let me check it. I'm just like to play. Oh, I kind of like that. So, and then I could make one more. Let me see, I'll do maybe another one of these, but maybe a little bit smaller. So I'm going to duplicate. And let's see, move it maybe there, a little bit smaller, so not every one is the same size, because all fish aren't the same size. Put that there. Now here's another thing I like to do is I like on most of my cards to have a border. So I'm going to change this size to 5.25 by 4, and now I can make a border by duplicating this whole thing. Duplicate it, and again on this one I will go back to 5.5. This will go back to 4.25. And then there's that nice little button, the arrange button, that'll move this all the way to the back for me. And I'm going to change the color. Although I do love a monochromatic thing, so I could always go blue on blue like that. But I think I'm going to maybe do a white in the background. So let me pull that one up and change it to white in the background. Move my fish just a little bit. Now, I can think of I could do a sentiment off of a stamp set right there, or I could go on Cricut images here and see if there's anything about fish or swimming. So let me just put that in. On the You Are Here, there's not, but I could take that off. Go back to regular images. Just see if there's any little sayings or anything about swimming. Born to swim, going for a swim. These ones would be ones that I mostly would have to buy. Just keep swimming. Oh, that I love. Oops, somebody's trying to see me. So I'm going to put that in there. As you know, I'm still getting over my flu. It seems to hang on for so long. So I can put that in there, move these down a little bit. And let's see, we'll get that, just keep swimming there. And I would like to change the colors again. So let's go for some white maybe. And then some coral on that one. And then the emerald for the other color, which is right there. So now I have that. I might play with these sizes a little bit. They're kind of big because that just keep swimming is a little bit larger than I thought. So now I've got some cute fish swimming on there. I'm a big person with backgrounds, so I might put some stripes or something like that. Or what I probably would do with this one is run this color through my embossing folder with my Cuttlebug or something like that, a big shot. Or I might even just take it with my trimmer and an embossing tool and make some long vertical lines down that just to add some texture. Or I could also, this piece when I cut it out could be out of pattern paper so that I would have just a little background because I don't like too much plainness behind mine. But there is a card in just a few minutes that I could have put together. And then I would just, of course, make it. And if you haven't used your Explorer yet, let me know because I can do videos on how to do Explorer from the very first part, from basically getting into Design Space and starting with the very basics if that's something that you want to do. So let me know, and hopefully this is just shows you a little of my process.